I'm Greg.
Greg the Keg.
Right,
Indeed.
we
Did you empty a few kegs last night?
we should be live on YouTube now, so we'll just wait for a few people to join.
No
Mind your
problem.
language. Mind your language.
Of course.
You. Everybody's New Year went well, I hope.
Yeah,
Very well.
yeah, not too bad. Yeah, a bit quiet, but okay. Yes.
That's how I like my New Year's.
Can somebody check YouTube to make sure you can hear voices and hear us?
Let me do that now. I'm just realise I've not got snow or skis. YouTube, let's go there.
Remember Livestream, and YouTube. And who me through...
Somebody's sounding a bit weird.
Greg, yeah, you're sounding a
I
bit...
who me through my headset for this, that I can on the YouTube Discord at the moment.
Okay, it's sounding a bit muffled, just beware. Hello, YouTube guys! I hope everybody's okay. I can see a number of people joining in on YouTube, which is great. Hello all. Let's type in Happy New Year. This part of the stream is just setting up the flight plan for Xbox users, so anybody wanting to join on Xbox, you want to watch this part.
Can hear you loud and clear, by the way, James.
Oh, brilliant.
On,
Great. Not too loud, I hope.
No, it sounds good.
Great. So we'll just let a couple more people join in. There's no rush. We got half an hour before the flight. 29 minutes now. So, a couple more minutes. That should be okay.
We could do an ILS landing there, couldn't we, at Inverness, if you wanted?
Well, there's a bit of a surprise at the end. Don't spoil it.
Okay. Sorry.
That may be your wish may come true. It's the field landing that's the tricky part, but that should be a bit of fun. Landing in a field. Okay, I'll tell you what, I think we can just go ahead, and if anybody needs to catch up...
Voice, so I'll do my best.
Okay, so I'm on... Hopefully you can see my cursor moving around the screen there if you're watching on YouTube. Gonna go to world map. I'm playing on the Xbox as well on this flight with my Huddison 1 this time. On the world map, underneath your aircraft, there's a search box. If you go into that by pressing A, and you want to type in Plockton, P-L-O-C-K-T-O-N, Plockton. Gotta love the sound of that Plockton.
Okay, sorry, I'm going to ask a very stupid question.
Yeah.
Which is the YouTube channel? Where do I see that link?
Oh, if you go to my homepage, my channel page, you should see me going live at the moment. Or you should see a notification if you have subscribe bell on the main YouTube page.
Okay, got it.
You got it? So I've just typed in Plockton
Yeah,
in the search bar. Is everybody okay with that? Everybody caught up?
Yeah.
Yep. So there's only one Plockton, gotta love it, Plockton airport in the world. That's EG29. I'm going to click that. I'm going to press my A button on that. And that will take us over Plockton. Going to go to in Plockton. Zoom out a little bit if it's a bit too close, or zoom in if you need to. That's fine. You want to take off from runway 20, so go hover over runway 20. Press your A button and set as departure. All okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that the north end or the south end?
It's the north end. Runway 20 is the top
no
runway.
problem.
And I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to zoom out with my left trigger button. I'm using the Xbox gamepad on this as well. Zoom out so you can see the whole of, well, the east to the west of Scotland. And you should be able to see Inverness to the east there.
Yeah.
And just above the name Inverness is Inverness Airport, EGPE. Everybody got that?
Yeah.
So you just select that and... select that and zoom to details. And we're going to land on runway 05 at Inverness. So I'm going to select runway 05. That's on the sort of left side. 05 and set as arrival. So you should have a simple plan, Plockton EG29 to EGPE Inverness.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's 43 minutes.
Yeah, but it's okay. We're going to zoom in. Zoom in to Plockton, not too far, until you can see an airport just down to the bottom and to the left. It's Broadford Airstrip.
Got it.
Yep. And just go over to the main way where it's showing when you hover over at Broadford Airstrip. Select it and press Add. So we're adding that
Is
as...
that on runway 24?
no, don't select a runway. Go. Just make sure that you got Broadford Airstrip showing when you hover over it.
Okay.
We will be
And then
landing
add
there.
that.
In fact, we will be landing at runway 24, but don't select the runway because it'll mess up your...
No problem.
Yeah. And the very last thing we need to do, to the right of that, you can see Elaine Dunham Castle. Or Eileen Dunham Castle. I'm not quite sure which way to pronounce that. I think it's Elaine Dunham Castle. We're just going to select that and press Add again.
I can't see that for some
Oh,
reason.
if you go just to the left of Broadford. Sorry, right. My bad. Go to the right of Broadford. It's a little question mark. It's like a little nav point. It's not an airport. It's actually a landmark.
I wonder if I've not got the right things selected.
No, you should.
It's
Well,
not
if it's not showing, zoom in a bit. But it shows even
Yeah.
when you're pretty zoomed out. If you can see my screen, if you can see my live stream, you can see pretty much where
I'll
Elaine Dunham
switch back
Castle
to
is.
your live stream.
Ah,
Has you got his point of interest turned on?
it shouldn't matter on a world map. Shouldn't
Oh,
matter on
okay.
a world map.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be able to see it. It's quite clear. Even if I zoom right out, I can still see that point of interest. It's a point of interest.
Right, Right, my points of interest mustn't be selected, but I can see where you are on your live stream. So I'll come back out into Flight Sim and try and select it from there.
Okay. Who's just catching up with Super Galaxy? I've not seen you for a while. 3D movers. I've not watched 3D movers for a long time. I've not used my PlayStation for a long time, I'm afraid. I've been so involved with flight simming, but possibly. Never say never on that, because I do enjoy 3D movers. Possibility. That's just somebody else chatting to on YouTube, that. Everybody else following on YouTube and in chat, have you got to where we need to be with this flight plan?
Yep, I have.
Yep. Are you playing on Xbox, you?
No, I'm just giving you some look. So I'm ready.
Well, it's okay.
I'm struggling because typical Xbox, my mouse has decided not to work the point, so I'll try it.
Try it with the gamepad.
So I may have to come back and go in, but I know generally where we're going.
Yeah, it's important you select that waypoint though.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the flight plan, it will take us over directly where we need to land at in the field at Inchmore. We don't need to select anything else there, in fact. That's all done now. Flight plan rise.
Okay.
But it is important you get that Elaine Dunham Castle selected as a waypoint. It's a little over. Letter firm. Letter firm. Letter firm? It's just
Hold on for
above
me.
that.
I'll sort it. I've got 20 minutes to sort it, so I may have to restart to get my mouse working again.
Okay.
Is that a common thing with the Xbox then? The mouse not working? Or is it
It's
just
not.
you're on
It's not
Bluetooth?
overly common. I think it may have been because I switched back out to watch YouTube and then came back in. I think that's caused a bit of an issue.
Is it a wired mouse or do you use Bluetooth?
I'm using a wired mouse, at the moment. But I shall. I'll sort it out. Don't worry.
Yeah, have you got your Xbox controller handy?
Yeah, that's not helping me at the moment.
Oh.
I'm still not seeing that.
Elaine Dunham Castle. It's Elaine. It's
Yeah.
it's spelt Eilean. So it could be Elaine. I believe it's pronounced Eilean. Yeah, Tony was saying on YouTube it's common for the mouse not to work on Xbox. I've not found that personally. My mouse tends to work okay, but it could be. Are you on the Series X or S, Greg?
I'm on the X.
I'm on the S, you see. Maybe the S is more stable in that respect.
Right, yeah. I'm surprised that I'm not seeing the... Normally I see everything. Let me... I know what it might be. It's okay. Don't worry about me. I'll sort myself out.
Okay, I mean, we've still got time. It'll be nice to get everybody set up. Still got 20 minutes, in fact.
On the world map, you know, you can turn off your points of interest and turn them on. Maybe he's turned them off.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, in your settings at the bottom on the world map.
In my assistant options, I've got everything turned off, so it might be that. So I'll turn them back on.
If you show legend, not show legend, open filters, isn't it? Open filters.
Is it in more?
Yeah, more than open filters.
See down on the right there.
Oh yeah, landmarks, cities. Yeah, you want landmarks on points of interest. Good call there, Hugh. Useful for something. No, you're more than useful, don't worry.
All right, mate. We're going to start the year on as we mean to go, like.
I've got it now.
Where's my friend Kitbird to help me out? Come on.
I'm on the S. Yeah.
I was gonna say, but just to get started here, Happy New Year's, James, and
Happy New Year,
and the rest of you guys.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Bristol.
I've got Elaine Dunham. I changed it in my assistant.
Well done.
That was what it was.
Well done, Hugh. 5 points for you.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah, thank you, Hugh.
Bristol Steve in chat was saying, yeah, he's on the S, no mouse problems either, so it might be an X and an S thing, you know.
It's going to be a problem when I get into the sim because I'm not going to be able to select things in my...
Yes, you need it in this flight. We'll be doing a lot of
autopilot.
So
what I'll do, I know where I'm going, I know where my points are, so I'll come back out. If I need to restart, I'll restart, and I'll be ready.
Okay, for the rest of you who may be following, there's a couple of other things that we need to set up anyway, Greg, so don't disappear yet. In flight conditions...
No, I'll still listen.
Okay, flight conditions in the top right, if you go into that box. Today's day is okay, the 1st of January, why not? It's New Year. But the time... the time we're going to put back to 8:30 AM. So it's going to be a twilight, a dawn start, shall we say, early dawn start. So it's easier to do with the Xbox controller, that I must find. Snow depth, you want about 5 inches. Doesn't work for me, this. If I do it here, it doesn't appear in game. I have to go and do this in the actual flight itself. I'll try it. I'll put it to 5 inches. At least 5 inches. If you're braver, go deeper. And weather conditions, few clouds. I better turn the multiplayer on. Multiplayer, you want all players. And by the way, we're on the North Europe server. There's quite a lot to take in there, so I go about 8:30 AM. Today's date, few clouds under weather, and about 5 inches of snow. All okay?
5 inches. That's how many centimeters?
Dr. Oculari, welcome. I can see you in chat as well.
Oh, hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Are you on PC, Doctor, or... sorry.
No, I'm on Xbox Series S.
Okay, have you got
Just with the whole thing, once in a great while, my mouse has stopped working on the world map, but not very often.
Ah. Yeah, it's sometimes when I go to instruments, down to instruments views, I have to come back up to the normal cockpit view, then go back down for the mouse to work sometimes. That's the only problem I've had so far.
So, when you go back to that air traffic, is it off? Is it no air traffic?
Let's just see. I've got AI on oh no, I've got it off. I don't think it matters, but I've got it off on mine.
Okay.
And if you can't see snow and things, on weather and time to the bottom left there, you can go to custom, and then it'll bring up snow depth and goodness knows what.
Yep.
Dr. Oclera, remind me of your first name again. You did tell me, I've forgotten.
Oh, it's Bob.
Bob, right, how can I forget that? Are you okay with the world map part? Have you got your plan set up, your flight route?
Yeah, it's the same plan that you had set up for before Christmas, right?
Oh, of course, you've flown it, so haven't you? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and I saved it as, on the Xbox as a PLN file. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So I think we're all set up. Greg, I hope you're okay.
I've just come back into it and I'm just resetting the plan. I'm just in Plockton. I shall catch up.
Okay.
And it was 8:30, wasn't it?
Yeah, 8:30, yeah. Yeah, Plockton to Inverness, and you've got Broadford and Elaine Dunham-Castle as waypoints.
Yes.
And just beware, chaps, on this flight, and for those who are watching and who are partaking, the first airport, you take off and you're pretty much landing. And it's a full stop landing.
What was the other waypoint other than Elaine Dunham?
Broadford Airstrip. That's to your.
Broadford, and remind me where that was, James.
That's to your bottom left. If you zoom in over Plockton, the island just
Got you.
down. Yeah. And don't add a runway. Just add the airport.
No, just add it.
Yeah.
Got you.
That's it.
And we said at 8:30 it looks dark. Is that right?
Yep. It's a dark start, but it soon lightens up.
No problem. Flight conditions custom, and it was snow.
Yeah, 5 inches, yeah. Like I said, on the Xbox, I find I have to do this again in flight. I don't know if it's something to do with mine, but it doesn't always set properly on this screen. So we may have to come back and do that in flight.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of the weather, setting up time and weather conditions on the world map, but often doesn't transfer into the flight. You have to do it again.
Yes. I don't know what that is. It's another Xbox problem, isn't it? By the sounds of things.
Yeah. I've got snow depth centimeters. Any idea? Inches?
It's 12.7 centimeters.
How many, sorry?
12.7. I just converted.
Thank you very much.
Inches about 5, though. It's different. Don't go too deep because you won't be able to see the runways. Hugh and Alan, is Al joining us tonight, or is he away?
I've just messaged him, so we'll see.
Okay.
I don't know if he was aware this was on.
Yeah, I sent him the same message I sent you, so I don't know if he'd be here. This is around his tea time, usually, so I don't know.
And you know, Hogmanay in Scotland, man, they don't do it by half
of
over
course.
there, do they?
He's probably still sleeping, isn't he?
Still probably carrying coal somewhere.
Well, I just managed to cook dinner for my family just before I sat down, so I've got a katsu burger to my right that you may hear me crunching on during the flight.
Nice. Well, I'd like Al to be here because this was his idea, so I've just altered the flight a little bit, but it's his original idea. And it's his part of the world, of course.
Mm. How does the charity thing work? I'm sorry if I'm going ahead there, right? But
charity, it's not a charity flight, this. It was going to be, but it was too much setup. I couldn't find the time to do it, basically.
Okay, all right. No worries.
We will do. I'm talking to Mark at Simhanger and a couple of other streamers. We are looking to do, hopefully, some kind of charity flight combined.
Excellent. Look forward to that.
Yeah. So did anybody get any nice toys for Christmas? Nice flight sim toys?
I got my Velocity one pre-Christmas. I got it pre-release actually the day before.
Oh, wow.
So I've been playing with that.
Saying,
I bought myself a new trim wheel, Flight Velocity's trim wheel Pro, because I had a gap on me setup, and I put that in there, and it's working very well.
Ah, wow.
Nice one. Is that a northeastern accent I can pick up there?
Me or Hugh?
Sorry, Hugh.
Yeah, it's gotta
be. Yeah, kind of brought up in Yorkshire, but live in the Cayman Islands
right,
now.
okay. You living in where, sorry?
In the Grand Cayman Islands. I'm in the Caribbean, mate. Yeah. Alan,
Very
did you
nice.
get a nice present for Christmas?
No. Bag of coal. Bag of coal.
I thought you got yourself a new joystick for between your legs or something.
Oh, yeah, I got a Virpil setup for for racing planes.
Oh, nice.
What about you, James? You get anything for yourself?
No, I spoilt myself before Christmas. I got the desk that I set up on my recent video. That arrived over Christmas, the desk.
I saw that last night, actually. That looked quite good.
Oh, it's brilliant. I'm not using it at the moment, but I intend to going forward.
We've been on Xbox, I've got my Velocity one on the Wheel Stand Pro, and I've Gorilla taped the Thrustmaster pedals to the rails.
Huh, nice.
That's my setup.
Wow. And you can move that around, can you?
Yeah. It's a heavy piece of kit, so it's
well worth it though.
There's no give when you're pitching, etc.
Yeah, it's well worth it, innit? That I invested in that as well.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's excellent, man. Especially with all your panels, you can put all your panels on it and all that. I know you got your Velocity thing, but
yeah,
I'm not on Xbox. Yeah. But I have all these panels, and it works perfectly, man. It's the best thing.
I can imagine at some point I'll end up on the PC.
Yeah. Just going back to YouTube chat there, Tony, your Velocity one's gone back. Oh, what a shame. Oh, well, due to yoke play, that's not good. And
that's a shame.
Rudder pedals, Bristol. Yeah, you can plug in your Huddison 1 and stick your rudder pedals in that if you have them, but there's no native rudder pedals at the moment. Those are coming soon, apparently.
Yeah, I believe so.
Turtle Beach, yeah, which will be good. Okay,
James, are you going to go over altitudes and speeds and stuff before when everybody gets here before we take off?
Yeah, I can do. Yeah, I mean we can start 5 minutes earlier because I think the YouTube chat's waiting. Unless you're all happy, YouTube chat, we can start maybe a bit earlier because I think those who are joining may be here already. We'll wait a few more minutes because I did say 5 o'clock, and this was just meant to be the setup. But speeds, I mean. To begin with, we don't set an altitude, we take off and land pretty much immediately. At Broadford. At Broadford, probably best wait until we get there so I don't confuse things, but we'll set an altitude and go to nav on autopilot and things. And we'll be landing, if you got your world map open in fact, we'll be landing, if you zoom in towards that white box that says 050 68 nautical miles... between that and Inverness, roughly halfway there, you will see Inchmore and Urchless Castle. That's where we'll be doing a field landing. That's the challenging part of this flight. Anybody who's not tried that or attempted that, you're probably best following me and just following my aircraft to whatever field, because there's only one field I found around there which is suitable for landing.
Where's that on
the world map?
Well, not on the world map. I put it into a little nav map. But where's that? Is that after Eileen Dunham Castle?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's way after that. It's halfway. I'd say it's two.
Customs waypoint. Is it a custom waypoint that you put?
No, I've not had to because it pretty much, at least with this setup I've just done, it takes you straight over.
It's probably closer to Inverness. If you see Stroy, it's around that area.
All right, I see what it is. I think there's a custom waypoint there. Yeah, there is. Okay. On little nav map.
I think there is. Yeah.
Yeah, I set one up on PC. I think. Yeah, you don't need to on Xbox. It just takes you straight over there, which is nice.
All right. Okay. Next to the River Farrar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
So I think in a couple more minutes now we will start. Hello, Mark. Welcome.
Hey.
It's good to have some of the old crew here.
Hey, let's have the old.
So Hugh, the trim wheel, is that just a USB plug-in trim wheel?
Yeah, it's the one that they replay. You know, with your Cytec stuff and all that. They used to have a wheel, and this one is very similar, and it's the same size, so it fits my Flight Pro stand and everything. So yeah,
nice.
It's very good actually, and it's a proper big wheel. You know, like they have on. It's not like I have the panel, the flight planner, which has a little trim wheel on it, but this is a proper big wheel. It's very good, and you can change the tension on it. You know, so you can go fast or slow or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very good, and it all works perfectly. It's all recognised by Flight Sim. You know, so
wow,
it's good.
Brilliant.
If you don't mind me asking everyone, I'm new to this. Sort of started first Flight Sim was as soon as the Xbox one came out. How much experience has everyone got?
About 40 years, honestly, with Flight Sims. way back to Flight Sim 1 or 2, yeah.
And I won't talk about my experience because everybody knows I'm rubbish. Alan's the man to talk to, he's the one.
But to be honest, I mean, it doesn't matter. People have overtaken me who have been playing for a few months. It depends how quickly you pick it up, to be honest. It's not rocket science.
Basically, the way it worked for me, I was always a Call of Duty player for years. I'm 52 now, and I was a Call of Duty player for years and years, and I just started getting bored of that, and I saw the first video for this, and from seeing that first video, before it was released, I knew that was going to be what I was going to play on the Xbox, so from that point, I got the bigger telly, I got the Thrustmaster HOTAS, then I got the Velocity one, and it's gone from there, really.
Yeah, it's an addiction, mate.
It certainly is.
Well,
Never played Call of Duty since.
There you go.
I'll tell you what, chaps. I'm gonna load into the flight now. I think we're ready to go.
Right, I will do.
So anybody who's not here, you'll have to just catch up. I'm afraid. Let me just untangle my wires. Just a moment.
Hello, guys. Mic check.
Oh, hello. Yeah, we can hear you.
Hi.
Welcome. Right, let's go fly. Are you okay with the whoever joined us there? Let me just check. I can see in.
It's Tony Dark Zero. I wasn't expecting a flight, but I saw you on YouTube, so I thought
Tony,
I'd jump
great.
in.
Yeah, brilliant. Are you okay with the flight plan? Have you got it set up?
I've got the start and the finish, but I'll just follow you guys in.
Yeah, it's not difficult. If you just we've got time. If you just go down to Broadford Airstrip down to the left of Plockton. Just add it as a waypoint.
Yeah, I think I've got it. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, and then Elaine Dunham Castle is to the right of that, and that's the only other waypoint we're adding.
Yep, okay.
Yeah, okay. So here we go. Here we go flying. Press and fly. So are you using your trim wheel now, Hugh?
I will be.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Great.
Just look for the water.
I'm waiting for that. We're starting the new year, right? Right, who's going then?
Started all right. He's not in here yet.
Somebody's moving, but I can't tell who it is.
James is just coming in.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll wait for our leader.
Ready to fly. Yeah, so nothing, you don't need to... I would go flaps 1 for this takeoff, because you can't see them, but there's trees dead ahead there. Maybe 50 knots rotate, rather. Happy New Year, Berserk Dog. Good for you to drop in. Great of you to drop in, rather. Hope you're having a good one. Let's go outside, see if I can see anybody. I can hear somebody. Oh yeah, I can see you. Beautiful. Looks like a Christmas tree on the runway. Fantastic.
For some reason, I can't see people's names, which I normally can.
I can't even.
Maybe when you're a bit close, either. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah, possibly.
Who's just off the runway to the left there?
Ah, got you, Hugh.
I parked.
I'm right in
Okay.
front of you.
That's great.
Yeah, Flying Hussar. What a great name that is.
It really is.
Okay, if we're all in, we can... I'll just wait a couple of minutes because people... Is everybody loaded in?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm good. Good to go.
Happy to wait for any stragglers, though.
Yep.
It's just now right on time, and there's usually one or two comes in a little later.
Yes, it's true. They can catch us up. You can spawn on us from the world map.
I'm quite happy looking at this early morning light.
Oh, it's wonderful, isn't it? Oh, by the way, my snows, that's a good point. Snow has not loaded in.
No, I haven't got it.
So I'm going to go to the top there, to the weather.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah, I just noticed myself. I'm going to go 5 inches on the... So lets me use my Xbox controller. It's a lot more precise.
4.7, I think someone said.
So I'm just going to put that
You're
to
very
5 inches.
crackly, whoever spoke then.
Is that me? Am I crackly?
A little bit,
I don't know what that is. Yeah.
Not to worry.
Just to let you know. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a big issue. Just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, I won't say too much.
No. You say as much as you like.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. This is meant to be a bit of a fun live stream. There you go. Snow makes a lot of difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay. Happy New Year, Mr. Strudus. Good to see you. Excited for the Red Arrow Hawk coming to Xbox. Ooh, not heard about that. Great. Right, so chap's going to throttle up. I'm at flaps 1. Throttle up, release the parking brake, and off we go. And I would stay on in flaps 1. You're landing pretty much immediately. The only other thing I didn't recommend to people is sensitivities on your controller, but I'm sure you've all sorted that, hopefully. On the Xbox, at least. Up we go.
You're right, it's a short runway, it is.
Oh, yeah. That's why I said flaps 1. Flaps 1. I'm not going to go too fast here, chaps, for those who are following me behind, because, like you see, Broadford Airstrip is 6 nautical miles away. Just over. And has anybody not done this flight?
I haven't.
I haven't.
Okay,
No, I haven't.
the airstrip is difficult to spot at Broadford. I'm going to try and point it out as best I can.
I haven't practiced at all.
Oh, right.
Gosh, and I was going to follow you.
Yeah, just keep... If you got a mouse attached, or you can zoom in, that's what I would recommend doing for this airport.
Wow, that really is close.
If you can see it, where my mouse is on screen, it's around there, the airstrip, where my mouse is. Don't know if that's helpful to anybody.
Oh, there's a few of us in the air today. Renee's here as well.
Oh, Renee,
Excellent.
good to see you.
We can overfly this if we want to, too, can't we?
You can if you want.
No, you can't, Alan.
Yeah, watch my screen, chaps. Where my mouse is there, that's where the airstrip is. Hang on, just there. So you got a bunch of lights to the left, black strip to the right, and the airstrips in between them, just about there. Not difficult once you get nearer. Once you get 1 nautical mile out, you can see it.
Nothing like leaving it till the last minute.
And yeah, I would stay in flaps 1 speed if you can as well. Well, I can see you all in the air behind me, so that's a good sign.
This a full stop, James?
It's a full stop, and we'll be taking off in the opposite direction.
Okay.
The original idea of this flight was that Santa Claus is being held up, and basically we would have had to deliver the presents to the children of Scotland. So Santa Claus has been well held up now. It's New Year's, So we have a we have a lot of work to do. Berserker dog, you're at work. Oh dear, it's not good. Right, so I'm pretty much I'm pretty much over the airports right now. Well, not over it. I'm pretty much coming onto my final approach to the runway. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can just about see the strip there.
What runway is it?
It's runway 24, I believe. Yeah, runway 24. Broadford airstrip. Ooh. I'm going to slow down a lot more now. All okay?
Yes, sir.
So if you think this is challenging, just wait to the next landing.
There it is. It's right between the trees, yeah?
Yep. Yeah, there's trees right at the beginning of the runway, by the way. Just be aware of that. Oops, I've come to the right there too much. There we go, nice and slow. I'm at about 77 knots. Slowing down to hopefully around 70 and 60. Flaps 2. Second stage of flaps.
Watch them trees.
What I'll do, I'll land and come off the runway and watch you chaps, I think. Somebody's on the runway, just be careful. I'm just going to have to fly into him. There we go. Come off the runway there. Slow down. Slow down.
Oh, what a beautiful landing.
Parking brake on. Yeah, I can see you down, Hugh. Mark. Bob, I think. Oh, Alan. Yeah, Bob's on a final approach there. Lovely.
Alright, let's watch Alan come down. There he is.
Oh, I'm already down.
Okay, I missed it.
Good.
Hello, Mark. Mark from Sim Hangers in the chat there. Happy New Year to you, Mark. All the best, and have a great family reunion there. Not to worry, Dave. It's okay. Oh, great family get-together, I meant, Mark. Lovely landing, guys. Well done, Bob. Lovely. Bit bouncy.
Oh. Don't take my record.
I think, Tony, you're bringing up the rear there. You're the last to land. That would be okay.
I still can't see any names, any ideas how I can change that. I normally can.
Yeah, we can do that on the ground. I'll show you in a second. It's under assistant options, I think. Is it assistant options, chaps? Remind me. Name tags?
Think so. I'm not 100%.
I normally have them on, so I don't like change.
General options?
General,
Yeah,
okay.
Okay, let me try that.
Well done, Tony. Lovely landing. And I think we've got...
got it here. Show traffic nameplates. I don't know why that's off. It's always on.
Show names coming in as well. On. That's okay. Yeah, so we're going to go down to the other end of the runway there and come back in the other direction, basically. Take off in the other direction.
Little change it is then.
Lovely scenery, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Time of day as well helps, doesn't it?
Oh, it does, yeah.
Yeah.
any kind of altitude for this leg?
Yeah, I'll talk about that in a second, but 2,000 is enough, 2,100 in fact, and then we'll be increasing that as we go along.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, Sean, we're all blocking the runway now, but just fly for us.
Oh.
Lovely landing too.
Trying to avoid you guys.
Okay, so for this leg, chaps, we're going to go up to 2,000. Actually, with the Xbox, if you use the bigger alt knob, it always goes up to 100 now for some reason, and then 1,000.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going 2,100. That's fine, or 2,000. We will increase that on this leg. We'll have to because we got large mountains. As soon as you take off and in positive rate of climb, just go autopilot and nav for this route, for this part of the flight. I've got that set up on my Huddison 1, so I won't be coming down to the panel. Hello, Spunky the Monkey. It's somebody in YouTube, chaps. Don't worry, I'm not having some kind of seizure.
All right.
Welcome. Okay, so 2,000, 2,100, we can take off if everybody's ready. Straight away, when you're in a positive rate of climb, just go autopilot on and nav. And it should take care of it until we get to Urchless and Inchmore. So, everybody ready?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, Flaps 1 is recommended for this takeoff as well. Because there'll be trees at the end of the runway again. So I'm at full throttle, probably rotate around 50, 55. There's plenty of runway here in fact, so there's no panic. I'm going to raise my flaps now I've taken off as well, so I don't forget. Trim up a little bit. I've got a couple of buttons set on my Huddison. If you watch my recent Back to Basics 6 video, I'm using that profile. So nav, autopilot and nav mode on. And hands off, GPS has got control. Looks like you're about to crash into these mountains ahead of us to our right. Don't worry, that shouldn't happen.
Shouldn't happen.
Shouldn't happen. And Rene's ahead of us though. Is he coming back towards us?
I don't know if he's actually on with us, actually.
Don't think
he's
so.
Away.
So how was everybody's Christmas break anyway? Sorry, that sounded a bit flat. How was everybody's Christmas break?
Mine was very good, thank you. Spent with the family.
Great.
It was good, thanks. Nice and peaceful.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, well, look at that. Ah, no, I've just had a crash of desktop. I'll be back.
Ah. Yeah.
Marvellous. I had one of them for ages.
You could take off straight from Broadford again, Hugh. It's XBRO,
Yeah.
Broadford.
I'll,
So we'll be coming up. So the original intention for this flight was that it was going to be a charity live stream. I didn't have the time to do that, but we will be doing something in the future. And we're dropping presents as we go. So when we pass over Elaine Dunham Castle, the idea was that we would have presents dropping down. Hypothetically, of course.
don't throw the kids out with the presents, all right?
Yeah, we got those lovely lights and time of year as well. Interestingly enough, I've still got Accu Season trees installed, I believe, so my trees may look slightly different to yours, but that's just Accu Season in play.
I do actually really like that add-on.
It's fantastic, isn't it? You just leave it to go and update every day, and it gives you that authentic feeling, doesn't it?
I'm having to use B-Jams with it being Xbox.
Of course, yes, yes. Yeah, and ignore what I was saying there, because I'm playing on Xbox and I can't have Accu Season. I don't know where that came from. I thought I was convincing myself that I had Accu Season turned on, and it's impossible. Yeah, absolutely.
Jeez, James.
Too much drinking over Christmas.
Yeah, I wish.
Sherry, too much sherry.
So do you use the B-Jam seasons, James, on Xbox?
Sorry, say again?
Do you use the B-Jam season on Xbox?
I don't use it personally. It's something I might look into.
Yeah, it seems to work okay for me.
Okay.
I think seasons are being added into the core sim this year.
Oh, that'd be very cool, wouldn't it, if they do that?
So hold on to your money.
Yeah, it's about time, isn't it, really?
It does need to happen.
I've always wondered if the stars are correct. Does anybody know if they are? You know, when they're flying at night like this.
Yeah, the stars are so correct that there are people doing celestial navigation based on them.
I believe so, yeah.
Wow. That's amazing, isn't it?
Mm.
Got that right then.
Just so you know.
Alison Johnson is, I think in about a week she's going to start recreating, man, her name just slipped my mind. Who's the aviatrix who got lost in the Pacific?
Oh, yeah, Emily Earhart.
Yeah, she's going to, and Captain Arash is going to be her navigator, and he's going to use celestial navigation based on the sky.
Huh, wow. Chaps, if you're at your 2,000 feet altitude now, increase that to 3,500. Don't engage yet, but if you increase your autopilot altitude to 3,500 and get ready to engage that, because the tallest peak here is around 3,400.
Alan, are you listening? Because I'm spawning on top of you. Don't mess this up.
Well, I am doing as I was told. I'm setting it, but it's not engaged.
And as soon as you pass Elaine Dunham Castle, then you can engage it, because you'll notice that you got big peaks coming up there. Again, I've got this set on the Huddison one, so I'm going to press my vertical speed button on that. After this video's out, I will link it in the video I did in that. And vertical speed of 500 feet should be enough to get you over these mountains.
Why are you flying with a Huddison 1 and not the Velocity 1?
It's the way I'm set up at the moment. I was meant to get myself set up on my new desk with everything. I just didn't have the time today. So I'm sat on a couch, basically. That's why. And in fact, I do still enjoy using the Huddison one. It's I enjoy using them both, so it's nice to have a mix and match, really.
Yeah, I agree. I enjoy the Huddison one with the jet.
Yeah.
What height did you say to set? I'm back online now.
3,500. Yeah, 3,500. Yeah.
And what vertical speed do you recommend then?
500 should be okay.
It's the first time I'm using the NXI Garmin, which seems to be a lot better.
It's marvellous, that thing, you know, in my opinion. Best thing about the sim is the Garmin, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is pretty good. I need to learn more about it. I've not really used it before. I usually just hand fly stuff, but yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, it's like having a kind of a mini autopilot. What it is ineffective, isn't it? Navigation autopilot computer at your hands.
You can do all sorts with it now. Put ILSs in, vertical nav, VNavs,
visual approaches anywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can also set it so you can see the terrain around you, like a relative terrain, so you can see whether you're too high, too low in relation to where you are in the sky. It's bloody marvellous.
That's handy.
Yeah, very handy.
With being new to into flight sims when I first started, and I started watching James's videos and the autopilot set. And when I was doing it, I was thinking, it feels like cheating this. But but you know, you wouldn't be wrestling with it all the time if you're actually flying, would you? Why have to counter the winds, and you know, you would be taking advantage of autopilot, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, it's a shame Ace is not here at the moment, because he flew with the Cessna 172 or 152 quite a lot, but he said he used autopilot quite a lot on it for longer flights. And I think, Bob, you used to fly light aircraft, didn't you? GA aircraft?
What? Sorry, what?
You used to fly GA aircraft at one time, didn't you?
No, years ago I took like 5 flying lessons. That was it.
Maybe that was Dave. I know somebody did who's recent. Okay, it's a bit frightening, this part of the course. It looks like you're going to crash into those big mountains ahead. At 3,500, it should be just enough to skim them, which is why I've chosen that height. So it looks like you're going to crash into them, but don't worry, just be brave on this part. And if you look around on these mountains, you'll see little houses, and goodness knows what. I mean, that would be my absolute worst nightmare. I like peace and quiet, but that's a bit extreme, really.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? A bit too far removed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just getting that sun now, beaming in, that's great.
That's lovely. Even on the Xbox, it's fantastic.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, if I were to, I'm probably not the right time to set up a PC system, but what sort of amount would I have to spend to get good graphical settings?
Well, I can answer that on my part. I spent about £800 on my computer, but I'm at the very basic. I get medium to high settings at 1080p. I wouldn't recommend that. I'd recommend aiming for a 4K system, just in case you want to run it at the best specs.
That's what I'm looking at. Would I be looking at about around the £2,000 mark?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,500 to 2,000 is the ones I've been looking at recently as well.
I'd be interested to know what those systems are that you're looking at, because you've obviously got a better idea than me.
Yeah.
So if at some point in the future, if you let me know, I'll have a look at them myself, because I can see that's the way to go.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to get a pre-built at the moment, because you can't get all the graphics cards, can you?
No.
The only way to get a decent graphics card is to get a pre-built.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, really, because the whole part of this... I enjoyed building my very first computer. It was marvellous fun. But, yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, you know why that is, don't you?
Go on.
It's because of mining, isn't it? Crypto mining.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're at your 3,500 feet altitude, if you've reached it, you can now lower your altitude back down to 2,000, your autopilot altitude. Don't engage it, because not at this height. In this current situation, you will be crashing, but 2,000 on your autopilot altitude, or autopilot selected altitude.
It's getting a touch of buffeting from the wind.
Oh yeah, thermals, yeah. Yeah, you're a bit behind me yet, but I'm literally skimming the top of these mountains here.
Yeah, we are both, don't we?
Looks like it's going to end this flight.
Be brave, you should just miss them by an inch or two.
Well, that's what the skis are for, isn't it?
That's right.
What if there's a wind draft or something and you get pushed down?
It shouldn't happen. Typically, you'll be pushed up with the thermals. I'm just showing the YouTube guys here, literally just making the larger of the peaks. Oh, wait till you get there.
Yeah, I can see it and it's frightening me.
Well, listen, now I've cleared those peaks. Good luck with the rest of you.
That lady just said 500. I don't believe her.
3,500, yeah.
This looks scarily close.
That is literally inches.
Yeah. That's why I chose it. I'm gonna. I passed those big peaks, so I'm gonna go to vertical speed and start going down to my 2,000 gradually.
Have you got it so the skis just touch the top, James?
Pretty much.
Wow. Yeah, that is pretty much.
It's tempting to disengage the autopilot. Still close. Need to take a picture of it.
Once you pass the peaks, a vertical speed downwards to 2,000, so vertical speed down, a minus vertical speed of about 300 feet per minute. 300 to 400 feet per minute.
I was literally meters off the top of that.
Yeah.
It's pretty hair-raising, wasn't it? Okay, somebody's just typed in chat there, Tonic. At the moment, you can get the NVIDIA RTX 30 series from October.
You hope.
Yeah, I think it'll be a bit of a lucky dip, that, to be honest. I'm actually at 500 feet vertical speed, negative vertical speed at the moment. 500 feet per minute. Am I going a bit too fast, chaps? Because you really need to follow me into this field. You're not going to know where to land otherwise.
Well, I'm at 124 knots.
Me too. Okay, I'll come back a bit. 126 knots, in fact. So I'll come back to about 110-ish. But do try and stay behind me, otherwise... yeah, there's only one field I found that you can land here. So this is the challenge of this flight. And for those at home, if you're watching on YouTube, where my mouse is, there, that's the field we'll be landing in. So basically, Inchmore is around here somewhere, and Urchless Castle is around there too. But it's that field there, next to the white field, we'll be landing in.
That's probably alright, James.
Oh, sorry, Tonic was...
Is that an official airport then? That's not an official airport.
No, no, it's a field. It's a field.
It's a field, alright.
Tonic was saying from CLL now, from Colourline. Colourline, you can buy a 30 series. Sorry, Tonic, I misread you there. So if you're watching the YouTube screen, the YouTube live stream, the field is there we're landing in. Can you see where I'm pointing? I'm going to take that as a yes.
Well, I'm just looking at all the cattle out there.
You're just relaxing, Al.
You thinking about a barbecue or something?
I'm actually going to come off autopilot, because I want to hand fly this now. So I can control my descent. I'm slowing down again, chaps, to descend. Yeah, the field is...
So what's the altitude of the field?
Ah, good question. When you hit the floor, I don't know, to be honest. It's fairly high up. Yeah, yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. just aim for it, basically. Now, there's a white strip to your right, and can you see where I am? If you take a look at my screen, actually just follow me in. It's the best advice I can give here.
That's what I had decided anyway.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, same here.
So I'm going to get to flaps 1
Too many
speed
name
now.
tags in front of me. Can't see anything.
Oh. Oh, you'll be okay. Just follow everybody down. We'll get down one way or the other.
So when did you disengage autopilot? I'm still at 2500.
Disengage when you got the feel. I don't know where you are. Just a second. Whenever you feel comfortable to, I would say.
Okay, yeah, I think I'll do that.
So I'm going to flaps 1 now. Little over flaps 1 speed, but this is not your typical landing. Anybody watching the screen, it's that field there. There's trees ahead, trees right at the front of the field. And land short. Don't leave it late on this, because you'll be crashing into trees at the back of the field. And in fact, if you see a field where you can land, just land. Don't worry.
That's a good advice.
As long as you can walk away.
That's right. Well, Mark's going in ahead of us. Go on, Mark. Show us how it's done. I hope you got the right field there.
Probably haven't, but hey.
No, give it a go. So it's a field over the trees ahead of us, Mark. Where you are, it's a field over the head. It's like it's in its own little...
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Go over that strip of trees.
Yep, that's right. So I go to flaps 2 now to slow me way down. Be as slow as you can coming in, because you really need to put on the brakes when you get down. Slam on the brakes, rather, when you get down. So I'm just going to make it over the trees here, and then... pray. Oh, just made it over those trees. That's perfect. And that tree too.
Okay, I landed a bit early.
That's okay. And should just be enough. Yep, I'm down. Oh, I bounced.
Nice.
Never mind.
Nice round here, isn't it?
Lovely. How are you doing, you?
I'm right behind you guys, but I'll catch up now.
Oh, I'm just gonna stop right in. Oh, I just made it, even on a short landing. Literally just made it.
I'm gonna need a range. There you go.
Well done, well done. I'm watching you all come in now. Lovely.
Oh, I'm coming in way fast. Let's see what happens.
It takes longer to stop than you think.
Yeah. Yeah, beware, yeah, and it's bumpy as heck.
I'm gonna go where don't ask me why he seems to be in a nice big field there. Where's he flying? Oh, he's
Nice
flying.
landing there, Doc. Bob, rather.
Pretty fast, though.
Oh, you're not gonna crush it. Oh, no.
Oops, somebody walked.
So like that's too early. They're in the next field over. So.
Right.
Okay,
How did you find this? How did you find this field?
Have you not found it? Where we all are, basically, at the moment. Come on, Hugh. We're counting on you.
I'm in the right field here, aren't I?
Yeah, where we are. Yeah, I hope so. It's the one over the trees. Basically, it's in a way I can. Doesn't have a name, this field, so.
The one to the left.
Over the second row of trees.
Oh, maybe in the wrong place. Oh no, I'm here.
No, you're in the right place.
I don't like being last.
Coming in behind you.
Can I take a 1 minute toilet break?
Oh,
bouncy, bouncy. Oh, you...
Oh.
What a landing!
Hey!
That's just for posterity.
Fantastic.
Oops.
I'm glad you saw that on YouTube.
I captured that.
Memory of Pipbird.
You were right next to me, Hugh, so I've got that in HD, basically.
Nice. Sorry about that.
Q. Just hit Y and then hit Y again.
Okay, that
it should set you up.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for the laugh, Hugh. I can always count on it.
Somebody's going to do it.
That's right. And it's normally you, Alan. It used to be.
Well, I know, but I'm a good teacher, and Hugh's been paying attention.
Well, I was going to say it used to be you, but recently you've been showing us all how to do it.
Not so much.
So, chaps, coming down to the other end of the field, because we're going to take off from the other end. And we need to drop off some presents down here. There's a little town and little chalet to your left there as well, somewhere. A little cottage, I believe.
Good. Unpack those 30 series graphic cards and drop them off.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
What a present that would be, eh?
There's a little cottage just ahead there. Where you are, Bob, just by you.
Yep.
Good. Mark, you're still in the air. Have you taken off, or are you going to land?
No, I'm just circling because I ended up in the trees, so you guys crack on and I'll join you.
Oh, I wish you'd landed after me and not landed properly.
I did try, but I ended up in the trees, so it's probably just as well you didn't get that one.
Well, chaps, for this route of our flight, nice and easy now. After all that challenge, we're going to have a nice, easy end to this. We're going to put our selected altitude to 3,000 feet, autopilot selected altitude, on our left G1000, and on our right G1000 we're going to set up an approach. So we're going to come down to the proc button, procedures, on the right G1000. Could be left or right, in fact, it's just better to do it on the right, I find. So the proc button, select approach, and press enter. The enter button, rather. And we're going to use the FMS knob, the inner knob, to scroll, if you mouse up on it, to a visual 5, visual 05, sorry, visual 05. Is everybody okay?
Yeah.
Let me know, chaps, if you've not followed that. Let me know. I can backtrack.
Right. So, proc.
Yeah, proc. Select approach.
Yeah.
You've got to use the enter button on the G1000 to select it.
Yeah.
Approach. Use your FMS knob at the bottom right there. The inner knob. If you scroll up on that to visual 05. So that's highlighted.
ILS 05 is that, James?
Visual, yeah. Visual 05.
Oh right, sorry, do apologise.
It's about the middle. It's fourth from the bottom.
Yeah, got you.
Alan, do you hear that? Visual, not ILS, right?
Oh well.
Yeah, I got it. I'm waiting for him to say hit enter.
Yeah.
And then you press enter on there.
Press your enter, and then for transitions, we're going to go to straight. FMS knob. If you just scroll that up once to straight and press enter again, and then use your FMS knob, inner knob, to go down to load. And don't worry about the obstacle clearance is not provided, that always comes up. So press enter again. Get rid of the flight plan by pressing the FPL button to the left of proc. FPL button, that gets rid of the flight plan. And if you go to proc again, press it once again, and then activate vector to final, and press enter. Everybody okay?
Yeah.
I think I don't know what it did, lost you back at transition straight. I don't know what to do after that.
Oh, transition straight. Go to press your enter button on the G1000. Go down to the enter button, and then go down to load all that information.
Oh, okay. And just press enter again?
Yeah, press enter again.
Okay.
get rid of the flight plan.
Clearing.
Oh yeah, just ignore that. It always comes up. Just press enter again there.
Okay.
And then if you go get rid of your flight plan by pressing the FPL button.
All right.
And if you go to the proc button again, press that again. It's, activate vector to final should be flashing.
Yep.
And just press enter, the enter button again.
All right.
Now,
Great.
if you zoom out a bit, you'll notice that the magenta
the screen
line.
Goes blank, is it? Sorry. When I click on that, it just goes completely blank, right? There's no lines. Right?
Well, if you zoom out on your range, you will see your magenta line has shifted to your bottom.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to fly towards it and then activate autopilot and nav. And there's a reason I've done that in this part of the world, because there's a lot of hills here. So if we had a flight course taking us straight to it, you'll end up crashing into mountains and goodness knows what. So it's easier to have it that way and fly towards it. You can do it manually. I'll be doing it manually. Or you can click your autopilot and heading if you know how to do that. You can use your heading bug to get towards it.
And what was the altitude, James?
So selected altitude will be 3,000. And there's a reason why for that. I'll show you that once we're up in the air. There's a nice surprise at the end of this. So is everybody okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to... Definitely go to flaps 1 for this takeoff. And get as much of a run up as you can. It's a very bumpy run up takeoff, this. Just beware. There's a chance you may tip up. It's not happened to me yet, but I almost did last time. If you hit the wrong bump, you'll go arse over tit, as we say.
Nicely put.
I thought you would know that expression, Hugh. That's
No, it's a nice expression.
Ah, okay.
Sounds like a fun way to go.
Yes, yeah.
It does.
Dream way to go. Right, so I'm going to throttle up, chaps. I don't have parking brake engaged, so I've just got flaps 1 on, and as you'll notice, it's very bumpy. Yeah, and those trees are quite large at the end of this field, so rotate early if you can. I'm rotating about 50 knots there, and trimming up to clear the trees. Actually, I'm going to turn my nav off. I'm going to turn... It's up to you. I find turning nav off works better, because when you re-engage it, it can start acting strange, your autopilot. So if you had nav mode on, just go down and turn it off. I've just pressed a button on my HOTAS for that. Just going to do a quick check to see if everybody's behind me. Yep, that's great. YouTube chat, I hope you're all keeping well. You've been very quiet on YouTube there. So I'm going to come towards our course now. I'm going to turn to our right, back to our right. And there's hills there, beware. It's up to you. You can do this by autopilot now if you want to. You can engage autopilot if you know how to. You've got your altitude set, and you can do heading mode to get back to your course. I'm just going to manually fly it towards the course and press autopilot and nav when I get there.
Why is it taking me that way?
It's a nice sunrise.
Beautiful.
Yeah, very nice.
Always a good idea to put your flaps up, isn't it? Mind you well.
Yeah, well, thanks for the suggestion there, Hugh. I was the same. I didn't put my flaps up. We're near Inverness now, Steve, at the moment. So we're pretty much on our last leg of the flight, which will be into Inverness. Yeah, and I mean, the idea is that this was part of the flight that I set up. I would have liked to set something else up for, if I was doing a charity stream, make it a little bit longer. Perhaps another field landing. It's just where I ran out of time, basically. I was working too much. Is everybody still there?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
It's heading towards the magenta.
Okay.
And climbing to 3,500.
3,000.
Slowly. 3,000, that's what I said.
Too much sun, buddy.
Yeah, that started the gin too early.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Tonic. Your cooler's playing silly. See ya. Oh, that's good to hear. Hope you get it sorted soon. So is that the cooler on the CPU or the graphics card? Or is that the actual main cooler? That's a beautiful sunrise, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, sure is.
So I'm just approaching that magenta line. I'm going to press my autopilot and re-engage nav. Hands off. It's going to take me... If it doesn't climb, by the way, if you were trimmed out, just a bit of vertical speed, nose up. Positive vertical speed, rather. 400 feet per minute should cover it. I might as well go 500. 500 feet per minute should cover it. CPU cooler. Oh, I hope you get it sorted. I think is the problem with PC parts, though. If you get into PC gaming, you never finished. You know, something can break down or there's upgrades.
Yeah. There's always something to upgrade.
Yeah, hard drives is a big one. I mean, I've got my flight sim on my PC installed on an NVMe drive, and it's only 250 gig. But already, I can't put everything on there that I want.
Finally on nav.
Right, and if you look down at your left G1000, as long as you've set everything up right, you should see that you've got a glide path indicator come up there. It's like a little G next to your altitude. That actually works. You can select when you get into range, when that diamond starts to move down, you can select the approach button. It will take you on a full glide path approach. So here's your treat for being good.
Thank you, James.
Oh, you're welcome. I know that a lot of you do enjoy this automated landing stuff.
Me especially. So this is like a VNAV, really, isn't it, then?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's any airport that has ILS frequencies that you can, you know, if you do a visual anywhere on any airport that has them, a glide path will come up for you, I think.
I think I must have programmed something in wrong. Basically, apparently I've overstressed the aircraft.
Oh.
I always turn aircraft damage off for these things, just in case.
Yeah, that's wise. Yep. Yeah, I wonder if it was on landing there or something.
It might have been. That last landing was pretty rough.
You pay £200 for the multi-panel. Oh, ouch!
Oh wow!
You should have waited there, Tonic. If you go to Amazon, I just asked Amazon to notify me, and when they came in, I just got one for 80, I think, at the time. So keep an eye on that glide path indicator. It starts to come down. If you take your eye off it, you'll be over it, and then it's difficult to catch it up again. Is everybody sure? Does everybody know what I mean by the glide path indicator there?
The diamond, isn't it?
Yeah, the diamond, yeah.
Magenta diamond coming down.
Yeah.
I'm nearly there, actually.
Oh. Now, you said to hit approach when the diamond starts coming down, or when?
Yeah, I guess you could do it now if it's showing, but I'm just not sure of the range of it. So I generally wait till I see it coming down.
I pressed it a little while ago, and it should highlight in white, and then when it picks it up, go green.
Yeah, mine's coming down now,
really
so I'm going to press it.
Yeah, me too.
Just in case I forget. And when it gets to centre, chaps, it should lock on, and you can go for a quick toilet break if you want to, or whatever you want to do. Yeah, Tonic, I remember. Sorry, go ahead.
Do we just need to handle our speed at any point, or?
Say that again.
Do we need to handle our speed?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Flaps and get to flaps too, yeah. And then when you're over the runway, just disengage and flare, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve, it'll be on YouTube after it's finished, yeah. It'll be uploaded to my live stream playlist, yep. Yeah, Tonic, I remember at the time, I'm sure you chaps remember too, when Flight Sim came out, everything went up in price. Every Flight Sim peripheral shot up in price, and scalpers were everywhere with them. Even with the Huddison 1 on the Xbox, it was being... eBay scalpers were charging 3 times the price, often. Ridiculous.
Yep, I missed the glide slope.
Oh no.
Where's your diamond?
It's going down, but I ain't.
Did you have your GS? Did you press your approach button before then?
Yep.
And you had your white GS?
No.
Ah.
Stayed pink. I'll catch it.
Yeah, you can just manually. It's very easy, this landing, Alan.
I'll be looking forward to getting down first and watching Alan's landing.
Yeah, I don't have the Airbus captain's part. I don't fly the Airbus much. Since I've owned Flight Simulator, I've not really flown commercial airliners much.
Do you know, I've never flown an airliner. I've always stayed in this general aviation aircraft, you know?
Yeah.
I used to with Flight Simulator X. You know, they had some incredible airliners back then.
Is there a new X coming out? Is there a new Flight Simulator X? Something?
No, it's X-Plane 12 coming out.
Yeah,
I'll definitely be getting that. Something I'm interested in that.
What's the major difference then, do you think, James, between that and this?
Yeah, it feels more genuine, shall we say, X-Plane, but it looks it looks ancient now. I would love it if they upgraded the graphics, which I think X-Plane 12 will. I'm just flying over you there, I think, Hugh.
Yeah, I slowed right down.
Yeah, I forgot my speed.
You want to be first in?
No, my speed. Yeah. Yeah, but it feels very genuine. Apparently, real-life pilots prefer to train on X-Plane and goodness knows what. And it does feel like, you know, more immersive in that sense. It just doesn't look as good, really. Whenever I play
all your panels and stuff like that still work on that kind of thing as
absolutely,
well.
Yeah, I was testing the Velocity 1. That works well. I need to do a video on it. That works well on it as well.
I look forward to seeing your video of X-Plane to see what it's like, what that's all about.
I've got one up there. X-Plane versus.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Sorry,
it's about a year old now, in fact.
I'm the same, to be honest. I've heard a lot about X-Plane, but I've never actually seen it, so it'd be interesting to see what it actually looks like.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say, coming from Flight Sim 2020 to X-Plane, it's not going to work for you. It just,
right, because of the graphic.
Yeah, it looks ancient now. I mean, you can get up sorts of add-ons for different areas. And it looks okay, but nothing compared to this. You know, you're talking about a program that's probably 10 years plus old now, so...
But they are bringing a new one out, aren't they?
Explain 12, yep. Yep. Yeah, it should be released this year, hopefully. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I didn't know that, Tonic. If you got Explain 11, you can get an upgrade to 12 for free, beta. Oh, fantastic. So you can pick up Explain 11 pretty cheap now. Okay, I'm pretty much over the runway, so autopilot, disengage. I'm just going to float to land, of course.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to go through. Oh, no, I didn't go through you.
No, it's okay.
Turn that down, yeah.
Definitely going to have to watch autopilot videos, James, I think.
You don't even have to disengage your autopilot, it lands you for you, if you're lazy.
You didn't.
Does it land? Yeah, it lands for you. Just wanted to see if it did, and it did.
Well, it plonks you on the runway, doesn't it? Doesn't flare. So.
No, absolutely not.
Well, lovely. I can see Greg coming in there. Great.
I think somewhere in setting this up, I actually managed to set it up for the wrong airport.
Oh, no.
Going somewhere else from where everybody else is going.
Ah. Well, good luck. We'll see you in a week or so.
Yeah. I think I'm going to just head over to Inverness.
Yeah. I can see Tony coming in there. Great. Love that name, Tony Dark Zero. That's Zero Dark, wasn't it? The game, I think.
Yeah, it was from 20 years ago when Xbox came out.
Yes. I never played it, but I heard a lot about it.
Oh, I haven't missed Alan's landing, no.
That's too bad. Another perfect one then.
Oh, and Alan, well done.
Like butter, mate, like butter.
Well, when nobody watches, you always land perfect.
And I think
Excellent, good fun.
that is... Bob, are you coming back around again? I can see you to the right of where we are.
Yeah, I'm, according to the Inverness pin, I'm about 8 nautical miles out.
Okay, yep. Explain's too expensive to run. Yeah, the problem is with Explain, if you run it vanilla without add-ons, forget it. But the add-ons are where the costs come for that. It's pretty much the whole argument, you know. Flight Simulator 2020 looks beautiful out of the box, generally. But Explain, you do need add-ons to make it look anywhere near as good.
Yeah, but I wonder, did you ever get your crash to desktops or any of that like that we seem to get nowadays occasionally? Do you get that with Explain as much?
Probably not as much now, but certainly back in the day with Flight Simulator X, they happened all the time. Definitely.
Right. And then can you do community flights with Explain? Have you got like a whole...
Oh, yeah.
Like this? Yeah?
Yeah, okay. Multiplayer, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth trying. It's worth trying and pick up a True Earth add-on for it. They do a True Earth USA and True Earth UK, and they are pretty good. They look pretty spot on in terms of scenery. It's just cities, trees, that type of thing. It doesn't look quite up to scratch.
Alan had guests, so that's why he couldn't make it, unfortunately.
Ah, okay. So I'll just watch Doctor. I'm going to taxi over to where Doctor... Which runway are you landing on? Bob, rather.
I don't know. I'm just still heading toward Inverness.
Right, you got runway 5 and runway 20... Okay. Someone do the maths there. 23, isn't it? That'll be it. Runway 5 and 23, I think. Runway 05 and runway 23. When you say runway numbers, I know the proper pronunciation in aviation is 2705, but I can't help it. I don't know if anybody else does that. I call them runway 5 or 27 or 30 or whatever. Had a couple of comments on a couple of videos there saying it's not pronounced 27.
What is it pronounced then? 270?
Apparently, like 0527.
Well, let them go and play on X-Plane and be proper pilots.
Yeah, if you want to take off, just go ahead and take off, and I'll follow you.
No, we're finished here now, Bob. That's the last. It was only a short flight.
Okay.
Unless anybody wants to go ahead and do something else, but I've got things to do here as well. But listen, thank you everybody for coming along on the flight. It's just a bit of a fun flight. Trying to, you know, I've had to cancel the last flight, so I thought, well, let's do it here. Hope you've enjoyed it, and thank you to the people on YouTube as well. Thanks for joining us. There'll be more live stream flights in the future when things get a little bit less crazy. There'll be more live stream flights, and if not with me, then Mark at SimHanger is always doing live stream flights, and I recommend his channel for that because they are a lot of fun. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a lovely new year, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you, James.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. James. Enjoyed that.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Happy New Year.
Oh, by the way, I almost forgot. Sorry. Let's see. Sorry, just a second. Greg?
Yeah?
Now, I'm just choosing a person at random, but I feel it would go well to you. I do have a gift card to give away. So if you can message me personally on Discord, or I'll message you personally on Discord, I've got a code for a £10 Amazon gift card for you.
Oh, that's very nice of you, James. Thank you very much.
That's okay. Instead of doing a raffle, I'm just going to pick a person who I think can get the best use of it, and that's yourself.
Oh, thank you very much.
That's no problem. Okay, chaps, I'll see you soon.
Thanks, James.
Bye, bye everyone.
Ciao.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Alan?
Yes, sir.
You know where I'm going?
Yes, sir.